Kids. Okay. I just finished our little intro about fluids, and we talked about density, which is, wow, what a hard concept. Rho equals mass over volume. And talked about how sometimes we're going to find mass, or at least a lot of times in this unit, to find mass, we're going to say, well, that would be the density times the volume to find whatever it is, mass. Okay. At the same time with fluids, where before we were talking about forces, with fluids it's going to make more sense to talk about the amount of pressure that something exerts. So let's talk about pressure. Okay. I realize that some of you guys feel under pressure sometimes, and it's kind of similar concept. But so when we talk about fluids, most of the time we'll talk about pressure, and pressure is going to be it's just this. Pressure equals the force divided by the area. Okay. So again, this is pressure, force, and then really this is the surface area that the force is being applied. But we use A just for areas. But just keep in mind, it is the surface area that the force is being applied. So if we look at let's just look at the units. The units are going to be newtons per meter squared. So if you'd like to always say newtons per meter squared, go right ahead. Otherwise, a newton per meter squared is a Pascal, which is going to be abbreviated PA. So, but just keep that in mind, so that if you see pascals, really what it's talking about is newtons per meter squared, force per area. But this idea of pressure is probably one of the most basic. Actually, first let me do this before you guys are going to get to the demo. Before I get to the demo, let me do this. Pressure it's not a vector. Okay, so not a vector. Okay, because for something to be a vector, it has to have direction, where pressure really acts in all directions. If you're saying, like, if I blow up a balloon, okay, think about the air pushing on the inside of this balloon. Well, it's pushing all different directions. So it's not really a vector because it acts as opposed to just acting in one direction. Okay, I'm going to pause this, and then I'm going to show you some demos. Bye,